How's it going, everybody? I'm going to make a video today on the proper way, at least in my opinion, on how to farm dungeon materials. One of my friends asked me how do you go about doing it? Is 4 core the best way, or is 2 core? What's the downfall to them all? Well, I'm going to explain that. Ignore the druid. I have the 2100 metals in her to suck metals out of my total count. I have 1800 metals into Griffin Rider, or not 18, sorry, 800 or 500 million metals inside of Griffin Rider, Lich, Ninja, and Priest, just for the 4 core principle. They're all at 16 except for Griffin Rider. I was able to put an extra 100 levels into him. But by this permit standard, by this level, these levels permit me to do, I think, 25. Yeah, 1600 lets me do 25. 83B materials. It's a nice little cache, but if you can go 100 levels, not even 100 levels more, a little bit, you can get double that. And if you can do 100 levels more than that, you can get even double that. So it's 4 times, I think. It's a lot more. It cuts back on the amount of runs you have to do all day if you don't have 8 tickets. All you need is more than 1 ticket. You will be able to stagger the amount of runs you do a day. Or, they'll never stack up, so you'll never be full, which makes you be able to get as many materials as me, even though you only have 2 tickets, because they only respawn so fast. But by them only being able to do 25, or was it 25? Yeah, by them only being able to do 25, you take a lot more runs. You have to, run a lot more, and this is throughout the entire week. That's the only benefit, is you can do it on any day of the week. But if you kind of bite the bullet a little bit, and let's go back to 25 real quick on them all. 25 is a, where's that? Magical attack. Okay, so Griffin Rider can kill that no problem. You fly over, kill it. Well, that means you can go to 26. Now, what do you do here? You can do a 2 core, sure, and if you could do the 2 core, you're able to get both the 17. Oh, come on. 17 and almost 18 for both. Let's just get it up there just to show. So, all right, so it's close enough to 18 to matter. I mean, that's when you get enough attack buffs and stuff. That's all that'll matter from the artifacts. But now 1780 and 1800 now, instead of being able to do just 25, you'll be able to do 26. Well, 26 is nice, 107 or 167. That's great, but you can do 27. Once you hit 500B metals, you can single core it, but you'd have to swap off. It's kind of not. It's not really gem intensive, but it's more of efficiency wise. Would you want to spend all day farming for? I spent a weekend farming all my materials up, so I don't have to do it for a while, just because the 2 core principle. That's what we run, or what I run at least. But this way now I can do 28, even though, sorry, not 28. I can do 27 without a hitch. It just flies over and kills it. And this goes for any of the principles. If you do 4 core, you do weaker dungeons. If you do 2 core, you can do a bit higher dungeons. If you do single core, you can do about the same amount. So 1900, even on this one, immune to magic. I can do 28 on this as well, or 27, sorry. So you can do magic, or you can kill multiple bosses, and if you kind of time it out by when midnight, or whenever the server, midnight, when the dungeons change over, or even on one of the events when we have all those dungeons, you can really capitalize off what you can do, because in order to, now let's say I was stuck on 26 because it's physical. I'd sell my physical, buy Druid back, or buy any of the magical ones, and next thing you know, I'd kill this boss, and then I'd be able to put all my metals back into my physical, and I'd be able to kill this boss. By doing that, I'm effectively jumping up a lot a couple dungeons, which drastically reduces the amount of runs you have to do. I don't have to do many runs anymore to max out my things, because I got 100% more. I think I do. I should. It's maxed out. More materials. Yeah, 100%. That means I get double. Well, obviously double, but on top of the double, I have artifacts, and artifacts that increase the amount that I get as well. So I really get 1.5 times, but you don't need that either. That just helps reduce the amount of times you have to do runs. But single core swapping is probably the most efficient, most effective way. It only costs a couple hundred gems. If you do it right, it is the most effective in my opinion. Either that or stick with 2 core and then get all the get all the materials you need from every dungeon except for, like for me I've got elf, so the only one I can't do is the elf dungeon. So then you just have to bite the bullet and go to a different 2 core for a day and you'll be good to go. That's really all you have to do if you want to, farm dungeons a lot. That's really it. I hope I made sense on that because that's my train of thought on what I did and how I did it, and that's what I did, and it works. Because before I was stuck at, actually I was, ironically enough, back when I was, I don't remember, I think I do. Some of my first videos I was back on, farming 25 or 26, and I had that epiphany, wait a second, I can go single core. Not only can I go single core and get further stages, I can farm more dungeons. And then I stocked up on some of the materials for those. As you can see, I didn't want to sell my elf team again, so I went hard in the paint on the... I can't believe I just said hard in the paint, I'm sorry. I got a lot of materials for the elf, so that way I don't have to change off my 2 core anymore. I can just stick with this. So yeah, that's really about it on how to get your materials. I mean, you can stick with 4 core if you want, if you don't mind farming the extra long amount of time or the extra farms or whatever. But yeah, well, I guess that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.